Greetings, listeners. Your old hunts are back. Prepare yourselves for season 2 of Paranormal Hunt with Keely Sterba and guests. Leave the lights on. The Spooky Stories podcast begins now.
When we're here, when you're walking, if you're the last one walking a straight line down some of these trails that go way out, you have this overwhelming feeling like someone's right behind you, like this close, almost touching you, just walking behind you. It's this really...
Jesus, what the hell was that?
That was just a tree.
No. What was that?
Oh
Something
my
big
gosh.
don't move through here.
Hi, I'm Keely Sterba with Century 21 Tri-Cities. I am here with Lesly, my co-host of Paranormal Hunt, the series that we did last year where we visited the spooky areas around the Tri-Cities. We are now doing season 2 called Spooky Stories. And today we're going to talk with Lesly to kind of pick up where we left off last year. Oh my gosh, it was like the scariest time of our life, I swear.
Yeah, probably the near-death, I felt like near-death kind of experience. But yeah, so we went, like Keely explained, we went over, we just visited a bunch of different spooky areas, like haunted places around the Tri-Cities. And our last one, we wanted to really end on a high note, which we kind of did.
Yeah, really.
Because of COVID, we literally were just filming Facebook Live, you know, doing all this stuff, and went to places like, what were some of the places that we went to?
We went to Gravity Hill?
Yeah.
The Finley Ghost, which we didn't see that, so one of these days we need to go back and find the Finley Ghost. And then we did the place in Prosser, the church, St. Matthew's.
That was kind of spooky.
That was spooky. That was spooky. And then, am I missing one? Because I think there was 5. The D's Wicked.
Oh, yeah. We went to D's Wicked because there was a talk that there was like a haunted area or just people hearing that spooky stuff would happen here and there. So we went and we talked to them, and then we ended it with a couple who they love to go ghost hunting and Bigfoot and Sasquatch and all that stuff. They're really into that. So we met up with them at Chamna Reserve in Richland, and since it was it was
the night before Halloween.
The night before Halloween. We got dressed up. I was Wednesday Addams in wedges. Keely, you were
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And we were ghost hunting. We were going to ghost hunt. And we did it in the dark because we felt, which was a mistake.
Yeah.
We felt it was going to, set the mood, the tone of Halloween, and end our series off with a bang. And it really did.
Yeah. So we decided to chit chat with them at the parking lot. And if you've been out there, I mean, there's a parking lot and then you head down towards the Yakima River. And so it's a little spooky. You're kind of far out. You can hear the highway, the bustle and hustle from there. But, I mean, you're pretty far out. And so we started heading down there, and he wanted to go to a spot where he said he felt like there was a spookiness too. And we're standing there just, I'm recording. And no one else is invited. No one else knows. Some of the places we went to, we didn't even tell people. We wouldn't advertise it, right?
Right. We wanted to make it a surprise. And, yeah. Well, because one of them, it was Finley Ghost.
Yeah.
Another agent decided to scare me. So which was awesome. But then we decided, let's not tell anybody so we can't get scared again.
Yeah. So we're down there. And mind you, we didn't know these people. I mean, you made a connection with them.
I found them on Facebook. They have a paranormal group on Facebook that you can join. It just was shut down because of COVID. But they usually have meetings, and then they...
Yeah, so I had never met them. Seemed like a nice couple, and they do this for a living. And so we kind of trusted them. We went down there, and in the middle of his story, we hear... Like, it was, I mean, if you guys have a chance, ever go back to our Facebook Live videos and stuff, but
watch it.
Someone or something was down there. Like, it was...
We kept hearing something. Leslie's trying to interview, Mantra was the woman's name, and Kyle, her husband, was standing next to her. And me and Lesly have our back to these bushes. but their back was more to the river. So either way, it would have been spooky. But I keep hearing something, and you can even see me in the video. I'm kind of looking around like something's not right here. I'm hearing stuff, and we were alone. There was no other cars in the parking lot. Nobody was there. And then the last rustle that we heard.
It sounded like they were
someone was charging
at us, and so I
big.
Instantly moved. You can see the videos going everywhere, and that guy, Kyle, his face was just like I knew something was there.
He kept looking around, and then he, I think it kind of got him, even though they don't get scared of this stuff. But they
were so intrigued and like wanted to go back there afterwards. I immediately was like, let's go back to the parking lot next to my car where I can jump in if I need to. I did not plan on that being the last day I saw my family, so I was just nervous because it could have been a homeless person down there. I could have been like a big
animal.
I mean, we didn't hear any growls or anything.
No, it didn't sound like we did hear a moan. Remember, if you listen to the thing, the Facebook Live, you do hear a weird moan type. Yeah,
kind of like a growl at the end.
Yeah, but we know it wasn't a cougar. It wasn't anything like that. Like you could tell, and the sound was a lot bigger and scary. It just, but yeah, they moved us. They said, well, let's go up. So we went up the trail a little bit, if you remember, and we kind of stood there.
We heard it again.
And that's when Leslie's like, I'm out. She's like, nope, I'm done. Yeah. I'm not gonna go home to my baby and husband.
Yeah. It was scary because just FYI, take someone with you, pepper spray or something, because we were just trusting, this couple who was down there, and they were pretty sure, that they just want to tell us spooky stories. I mean, it could have been a prank. I don't think it was a prank.
It didn't feel like it by their faces.
No.
If you watch it, well, at least his, but you think that they would, unless they're really good actors, and I don't think they are. Yeah. So yeah, it was really spooky. I think something was down there, and I did hear too that a lot of homeless people live down there. So maybe it was a homeless. They heard our story. Maybe they tried to make it more scary for us.
Well, they definitely did, because we took off to Fred Meyer parking lot.
And we were both shaking.
Talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I still lean towards, because I do believe in paranormal stuff. I think something was down there that's not natural, but it could have been a homeless person. I'll give it that, but something's not right down there. And so me and Leslie talked about, if we did it this year, that we'd go during the daytime. But this year is when we decided just to go ahead and do the podcast. Maybe next year we'll visit it in the daytime.
Yeah.
I don't know why we thought visiting that place in the dark was a good idea.
The night before Halloween.
Yeah. What were we thinking? We should have done it maybe even just at dusk. Mm-hmm. But just it was pitch black, and that's just you can't see.
You can hear the water. Mm-hmm. It was spooky.
So. It was spooky.
If you're looking for a spooky hangout, that's the place to go.
Go down there when there's no cars around. Get your flashlights and look for ghosts, because they're there.
Yeah. All the other places were pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Gravity Hill, we learned that there's 2 lines.
Yes.
Make sure that the barn is on your right-hand side, not your left-hand side, because then it worked.
It worked.
Now, we don't know if that's an optical illusion, but people drive from places to just come in.
Our car moved.
Yeah, it did.
Our car moved, I swear. And we did put the baby powder on, and we didn't see any handprints. Mm-hmm. Like they say that you could see little hands.
Helping you push you. It's kind of scary.
The church was really spooky. As soon as we pulled up, we got this spooky feeling, and so but we couldn't get in it. I don't know if it's because of COVID or what. Nobody was just turning our calls, so we just walked around. And
that one actually made Ghost Hunters.
Yes,
it was. So it's on the actual. There was an actual episode on Ghost Hunters for that church, which is kind of cool.
That's why we wanted to do it, and I'm sure they would have let us if they were. Maybe they just weren't working.
Mm-hmm. Did Ghost Hunters find anything?
They found scratching, and they found out they used this machine for high voltage or power, and it had a lot it was actually
there's some activity in there.
Kind of creepy watching that, because the guy was actually kind of scared. But there's also a funeral home right next door, so that makes it even more.
And then the house next door to it that runs everything. I think it runs the funeral home and the church or whatever they. So because I think there was
a footprint.
Yes, and it started in her house at Ghost Hunter, so I think her house was haunted too, and then the church. Yeah, find that episode. That is something I would like to try to visit. I'm hoping maybe.
Church.
I think it's called St. Matthew's. But that way, like I said, I'd like to go visit that again with Leslie next year. Maybe we'll be able to get in. Maybe COVID will be better.
Some people obviously suggested the baby graves, but we were very...
We didn't want to upset anybody.
Yeah, we didn't want to upset anybody. I've been to them and they're kind of creepy, and so. But again, we didn't want to offend anyone, and so maybe if that's something
we might be able to do,
we'll see. But we're definitely open for ideas. I mean,
yeah.
Keely loves this type of stuff.
I do. I'm totally into it. I love it. And so, like I said, this year for every Friday in October, I'm going to do a podcast on spooky stories of true events in the Tri-Cities. And then hopefully next year we'll be able to visit maybe some of these places or revisit Finley Ghost and anything else that, people may tell us, oh, you need to go visit, here or there or whatever. But I think the podcast will be fun this year for a change up, and then my partner will be back next year. So
yeah, we're excited.
And we are going to revisit Chamna Park next year.
During the day.
During the day. And we're going to see if we can figure out what it was.
Yeah.
That we heard. So.
I feel like there's, to an extent.
She will if she hangs out with me enough.
Yeah. I mean, I don't let it keep me up at night, but I do feel like if some people, I don't mess with any black magic or anything.
Yeah,
like that or card reading, because I just feel like you're allowing those spirits in. So
you're inviting them in.
I do feel like there is a scary paranormal if you really dive into it, but I try not to. That's what I was nervous about, because
we did talk about that. We did, yeah.
I'm I don't want to awaken any, or because they say once you allow it in, it can, because it so black magic and stuff like that, witches and stuff.
I would never do that. Not even the Ouija board. We talked about it. We joked that maybe we would, but both of us don't have the guts to do that. But I have always had weird experiences since I was a little girl.
This is why she messaged me. She's like, I want to do something.
Yeah, because I'm really into it. I am. And I would love to do that with mantra, but I'm not quite to her level. I'm still a chicken.
I know they are very into it. I'm no.
But my kids tease me. They say that because everywhere I go, there's something. There's literally something in every house. Even the house I'm living in now, it's only 3 years old. It was built for us. And I've had weird experiences. Yeah. And so my kids are like, we think something's following you. It's not where you're going. So maybe something's already following me. So it's okay. But
after that, I was just I need to watch Disney movies or something to get my mind off of it.
Yeah. After some stuff I do too. I'm like, okay, get my mind off that. Happy thoughts. But
some people love that. They'll watch serial killer movies or podcasts, listen to them. I couldn't go to bed afterwards. I'm just not. I'm into that. I get too scared.
I love true crime. I'm really into that and the haunting stuff. But I have to be careful, or I get freaked out a little bit. Yeah. So no, but that's why I loved. Last year we
kept it. I felt friendly. We didn't go too dark.
And it was just and I don't want to go super dark either. Some people
go and Christian came with us to the Finley's Ghost.
Yes, Christian came too to that.
So that was nice to have him.
It was because we got freaked out not by the friendly ghost, just by being out there in the dark. So
well, it was mid dark, and then Andrea scared.
And that's when Andrea came and scared the heck out of me. And Leslie was in on that though. She's like, go to your car, or whatever she was saying, and then it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm into that, and that's why I want to talk about a few good stories, that we've got going on here in the Tri-Cities. It's harder to get into places, I think, because of COVID. But that's why I thought the stories, if I can find some good stories, I could just talk about that for now, and then hopefully we can visit. But Mantra, who's into that.
Are you going to try to have her on?
Maybe I might do that. But she had said that Tri-Cities isn't as spooky as she thought it was. She's like, they go visit places. Yeah. She's like, well, it's spooky. There's haunting. She said people aren't talking about it. Nobody comes out and says something's going on in my house or whatever. But yeah, they're out there. There's some creepy stuff. Yeah, I'll find it. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for more Paranormal Hunt Season 2, Spooky Stories. I've got more in store for you.